downstairs here to we get you. Oh, you guys are going to do it at the deck. So you're headed down to the deck here. Let me grab you another microphone here. Put some batteries in this mic for you, buddy. And, of course, we'll get Wheels on here. No problem whatsoever. Enjoyed the insight that he had to offer up to yesterday's Supermini racing that we were watching as well, Jason. And we'll be listening for you down there, buddy. So whenever you guys are ready, be sure and pipe right on in. They will. So right now it is Swartz, Masterpool, and Fry that we're watching, 8:32. So I'm not sure what the holdup is, but normally we would be racing at this particular point for these riders. But obviously, some rider sometimes has a little bit of an issue. They'll give them that 2-minute time period that you often hear so much about. And as you look here at the GoPro dog box from behind the Red Bull starting line right now, you can see that things are starting to pick up now as machines are fired up and riders are readying themselves for the starting sequence that is about to get underway and is underway as the 2-cart is up here for Super Mini 1, 12 to 15. The cart goes sideways, revs up, gates down, race on here at Loretta Lynn's. And as we roll into that first turn, looks like that 22 Honda ride of Carson Mumford may once again be grabbing another hole shot here at Loretta Lynn's, picking himself up another $100 Bell Hole Shot Award out of Simi Valley, California on that Amsoil Factory Connection Honda here as we roll through the first turn already. Look at this, the 34.
Whoa, one guy tumbles over the outside berm, does a little cartwheel right there, Rodney. Not exactly sure who that was.
74 of Dylan Swartz, I believe, who is sitting top of the leaderboard as far as the points are concerned. We see the 41 machine working his way into contention now. Alexander Vestal, he's 14-13 coming into this moto, but he's got the lead right now after that little jockey of positions here through this third and final moto.
Let me tell you something. He railed turn number 2 and shot himself into the lead. Like we said, Mumford with that early hole shot, but the moment they crossed that hole shot line, holy cow, he grabbed another gear and it was over right there. Trying to make hay while the sun shines, working their way back toward the waterworks right now. Coming back through the beach, actually coming out of the waterworks, and look at this, 3-man race early in this one, Rodney.
Carson Mumford back in the number 2 spot, the 41 machine. Besto again a 14-13. He comes into this one with a 27. The outside chance he could score a solid top 10 here today and also open up a few eyes as to his talent here in the amateur racing world. Nearing the completion of lap number 1, Mumford back to the number 2 spot. As we check back to third, that is the 26 machine. Parker Earl, 7-7 coming into this moto. So where are our leaders? I saw Swartz off the track there in the early part of this moto. He picked himself back up. The question is, where did he pick himself up at, and how far has he been able to move through the pack?
Yeah, he pulled the full starfish, man. I'm not sure if there was any damage to him or the bike. He was able to get up relatively quickly, but man, on the first lap, Rodney, so many guys go past in that little bit of time.
Now I want you to take a listen and a look at what's going on. I'll give you the top 10, and then we'll show you how the championship is breaking down right now. Alexander Vestal is out front. Carson Mumford in second. Parker Earl is third. Stiles Robertson in fourth. Jeremy Ryan in fifth. Kimball Jett in sixth. We hear you. We'll be right with you, Jason. Preston Kilroy in seventh. Levi Kitchen in eighth. Ninth is Brandon Walther. Rounding out the top 10, the 34 of Jared Fry. The championship right there. There is Swartz off the track right now. You see what happened there as we look at our Lucas Oil replay, that Lucas Oil rapid replay. And right now, as far as Swartz, he is looking at a 3:1:26. He's the 11th in the standings. He's 26th place, so he's got a long road to hoe to get back up into championship contention. It is Carson Mumford with a 4.52 in the likelihood of winning the title right now, with Stiles Robertson a 5.44 in second. Jarrett Fry 1.310, but I'm sure things are going to change. Jason Wygant and Wheels down at the deck now to finish out the call on this moto.
Yeah, sure are, Rodney.
Wow, the delay is awesome. I'm trying to work down here. What do you guys want?
We're going to have to announce with a 5-second delay. This is like when they put the headset on someone in Supercross and suddenly normal people cannot figure out how to speak complete sentence. like that. All right, Rodney, take it away for a second. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Let us know when you're ready to go.
Okay, Jason Wygant.
We got trouble and
Look
carnage
at
again.
this.
The 20 off the racetrack and the number 80 off the racetrack. That is Preston Kilroy on the number 80. And
Jeremy Ryan on the number 20 machine.
Oh, man.
Ryan running in that number 5 spot.
Wow, look at this. There's bikes off the track everywhere right now. That is the 34. That's Jarrett
Oh,
Fry.
no.
Jarrett Fry, championship contender, up to 10th at
Oh,
one point.
no.
And all of a sudden, this championship, it's completely blown out of the water. We told you, folks, that these types of things and scenarios were possible, but
here's
we
the
weren't
replay.
expecting.
Oh, no.
Man. Oh, tough break for Kilroy. He just kind of got tangled up in that as the 20 wheelied that and launched that out through there. I want to see that one more time.
Yeah, we need to see that one again, guys. The number 20 machine just absolutely wheel standing that thing, looped it out over the hay bales. Unbelievable. Grabbed a handful, had too much traction, and off the track he goes.
Man. So that's how quick things can change here.
Jeremy Ryan, here we go one more time. Jeremy Ryan gets a bad bounce, Rodney. Look at this. Gets too far back on that machine, drags the rear fender off of it, throws it through the bales.
Wow, I tell you, honestly, Kilroy was lucky, and so was the number 20 there. That could have been a lot worse scenario and situation than it was. So
True that.
We'll see how it all works out now. Mumford's still out front. Look at this. Parker Earl, the 26 machine, he's up into the number 2 spot. He's looking at a 7.7 right now. So, wow. Big improvements for him. Styles Robertson in that number 3 spot, a 5.43 for that rider. Levi Kitchen is currently running in 4th. Brandon Walther in 5th. Alexander Festel now drops back to the number 6 spot. Kimball Jett is 7th. Nate Thrasher is 8th. Ty Masterpool is 9th place. Now Masterpool, who comes into this one with a 2.2, all of a sudden becomes a little bit of a factor to play with in this one. So let's start doing some mathematics here for you. Masterpool's 2.29 gives him 13 points. That's 3 points behind Carson Mumford's 10 points. So basically, right now, Ty Masterpool has to get into a 5th place position if things remain the way they are up front. If he can attain the 5th place position, then all of a sudden Ty Masterpool puts himself into a championship position. But right now, the 4.51 has a little bit of a buffer zone there for Carson Mumford. He has 2 points over Styles Robertson. So Robertson, if he can gain a couple positions here, it's going to mix things up as well. But Robertson, I guess when you look at it, in 3rd, the couple positions he has to gain is 1 through 2nd of Parker Earl and another one through Carson Mumford, your leader.
Wow, I tell you, this one's far from over, Rodney. A lot of scenarios, a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas here. Well, what's going to happen? Nobody knows. Only 6 minutes, 7 minutes into this one. And my goodness, the point's so close. And all the current players right up there where they need to be to really make something happen. And man, oh man, some bad luck early. But this one's going to be tight all the way down to the wire, bud.
It is. If you look at lap times right now, Ty Masterpool is not necessarily riding anything super impressive, but what he is doing, he's riding super consistent. He's picking off the riders in a timely fashion. It doesn't necessarily matter how fast he does it. He just has to get it done, and I think that's the kind of mindset that Masterpool seems to be working with right now. And Kevin Kelly, as you join us up here in the tower, man, these are the type of heartbreak motos and the type of heartbreak championships that really make these Loretta Lynn's National Championships so memorable, whether it be good memories or bad memories, great memories for some. And I know one rider that's hoping for the best memories. That's Carson Mumford right now.
Yeah, he's in a good spot, but I'll tell you what, Ty Masterpool has the most opportunities to make up time. He's in 8th, and he has several guys in front of him that he can potentially pass and make up points. And no disrespect to those guys, he's got maybe a 7th place guy's not quite as fast as the guys that Styles Robertson has to pass, which is 2nd, 1st. So a little more speed at the front of the class. And where Ty is at, he's got the most potential to make up positions and make up points. And what a guy that was so loud at the beginning of the week. That guy was loud. He was winning Moto. And he struggled in these last 2 championship motos. You'll remember yesterday, he did get a win. but now he's got some work to do here.
All right, he's up to 6th place now. You do the math. It's a 2.26. He is tied with Carson Mumford, so if he gets around the 47 machine of Levi Kitchen, who was only a second and a half ahead when they came through the finish line, all of a sudden Ty Masterpool becomes your national champion. Here is the battle for that. Carson Mumford has nothing to do with it. He is at the mercy of what happens with the number 95 of Masterpool.
Yeah, and look at the kids in front of Ty Masterpool. Ty's got a 2:01 lap time. They've got 2:05s, 2:04s, 2:07s. I think he's got a really, really good shot at stealing this championship away from a guy who's done everything he could do in this moto, and that's just win and leave everything else up to chance.
And Levi Kitchen goes down, and that hands Ty Masterpool the number 5 position.
There it is.
And
another
the
point.
national championship.
Absolutely.
So now, basically, all Masterpool has to do, and I'm not sure that that he would do that, but all he's got to do is sit in that position right now, and he takes that one on home.
That's correct. Now he's got 9 points because he'll move from, he'll have a 2-2-5. That'll give him 9 points, and Mumford will have that 4-5-1. So Ty's just got to keep it on 2 wheels and bring home a second. This guy's going to be a double-class champion on a TM, and I haven't seen that kid race all year. Was he at Mini-O's? Nope. Was he anywhere from Mini-O's last year all the way to right here? I saw him one time in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Junior MX Championships, the indoor race, and he won everything there. He was on that machine there, but I didn't know how he was going to stack up against all the guys. All the guys weren't there, so kudos to that kid.
Yeah.
Kudos to the Masterpools, man. They are definitely in the mix. What is in the water back home at the Masterpool household? They just pump out quick, fast, talented riders.
That's for sure, and they are pumping out a national champion here in this Supermini 1 12 to 15-year-old class, barring no problems from here on out anyway. As we roll through lap number 5, here's the way the standings are on the track. Mumford is looking at gold.
There it is.
Parker Earl is looking at silver. Styles Robertson looking for 3rd and bronze here in the Moto. Wilder is back in the 4th place position, and Ty Masterpool less than a second behind him in 5th. And we can probably scratch that and say that now Ty Masterpool is in 4th place position, so he even secures it even tighter now, it looks like, Kevin.
Yeah, he is going to leave nothing to chance here. So even if he has a problem, he'll make another pass and secure the championship by a point or so with a few points to spare. So he may hand those championship. He may hand a guy, hey, you want a point? You need some points? I got some extra. I'm still going to win this thing. Take a couple of mine. If that helps you, I'm all good. He'll be selling championship points on eBay. He could do that. He could put them on Craigslist and drop a couple points and still win this thing.
All right, look at this. He's got the pressure, though, coming out of, Walter not wanting to relinquish that so easily. But Styles Robertson, big gap up to that 3rd place position. But once Masterpool reaches here, and as we said, he's already gained the national championship, and now he's secured it even that much further. He doesn't have to really push the envelope, but what are you thinking that Ty Masterpool's thinking here? Do you think he's thinking, I've got 2 Moto medals, I need a 3rd one to go along with this national title?
I honestly think he's not riding on the ragged edge, but I think he's just riding. This is just race pace, and if you guys have said it when they slow down, Jimmy says when you slow down, it throws you out of rhythm. You'll actually hurt yourself by slowing things down. I think he's just riding comfortably and not pushing himself. He's probably he could shave off 2 seconds if he wanted to.
Oh, easy.
He's at a 2:01 right now, and I think he's a 1:59 rider if he has to get down and do work.
If it has to, yeah. We haven't seen him really ride under any sense of urgency. Had to work his way through the pack. We didn't really catch a lot of that up until he got into the top 10. But regardless, not a whole big sense of urgency. He's had it all dialed in, and it's been a consistent lap after lap after lap for that rider.
And look at 2 guys that we have heard from all week long: Jarrett Fry, Nate Thrasher, and Dylan Schwartz. They had 3-1-12, 1-3-14, 6-6-9. So those 3 kids have been up towards the front, and now they're buried back in the pack.
Well, Schwartz actually, Fry got off to not as great a start. Schwartz was in a pretty decent start whenever they came around that first short shoot underneath the Red Bull arch there. He went off the track and went down kind of hard, and he went back several positions. So Schwartz was really in a good spot when this thing started. It just, he knocked himself out of it real fast.
These 3rd motos, you talk to Jet Rental, you talk to Schwartz, those 3rd motos will reach up and smack you square in the mouth sometimes here. You'll have the weirdest things. Jet Reynolds, we found out he had a radiator hose ripped from his motorcycle.
Wow.
That's what cost him the championship. When is the last time You saw that happen at a racetrack. A normal Sunday race with 2 motos where the radiator hose gets ripped off the machine, and he didn't crash.
That's nuts, isn't it?
Crazy.
But that shows you the level of competitiveness that these riders are riding at. I mean, that's how fast they're going. That's how hard they're hitting each other out there when those situations arise. Parker Earl, we're watching him now, the second place rider, a rider that probably hasn't got the attention that maybe he deserves this week. He did finish 7th in those first couple of motos, but we knew he had this kind of riding potential out here as he is riding in this second place spot right now. He enjoys about a 4-second gap over Styles Robertson, though it looks like Robertson may be starting to pick things up. Somebody must have given him the pit board that Masterpool was coming, but heck, there's still an 11-second gap back there, but I don't think that Styles wants to leave anything to chance out here.
I always like these third motos when it really doesn't matter for some guys. You'll always see guys that went 12, 6, and they'll get a second. Like they want to go home with something. They want to take a moto medal home. They want to get on that box, and there's nothing to lose, no pressure, just go for it. And that's what Parker Earl's doing, 7.72. Awesome ride for him. He'll take that home with him. He'll take that medal home with him.
Yeah, of course, and that's what, you know, some riders, they come to win the national championship. Some say, I just want a moto medal.
Yeah, Garrett Edmondson said that. He goes, dude, I've been trying for 8 years to get on this box. This is my best finish ever. And he goes, this is good as a race win for me. I got 3rd place. I am pumped. I'm taking this medal back home to my dad. He'll be stoked.
But I bet you it gives him incentive to come back and win another one. That's for sure. And for sure right now, Mumford with a 7-second lead over Parker Earl. Robertson only 1.6 seconds back again after 7, so he gains a little more time. Ty Masterpool, Brandon Walther, Nathan Thrasher is 6. Preston Kilroy back up to 7th place. That rider's having to make up more time. He's at 10.87 right now for an 8th place overall position. What might have been for him had he not got tangled up with that downed rider. Jack Rogers, he's running in the number 8 spot aboard the 35 right now. The 32 of Caden Amorine in 9th. Dylan Swartz, the 74, is now up to a 10th place position. A 3.110 sets that rider up for 4th place overall. And Swartz is another rider that has nothing to hang his head about. A little bit of a problem there off the start. Those kind of things happen, and unfortunately it happened for Swartz. He was knocked back several positions, couldn't make up the time that he needed to make up, but he was tied. That was the oddity of it. We had 3 riders, including Dylan Swartz, Ty Masterpool, and Jarrett Fry, who is looking at a 1.311 right now for 5th place. Those were the guys that we were watching for the national championship, but that's not the way that it panned out. Masterpool, though, will pull it out in the end. Mumford looked like he was going to be the man there for a while, but hey, you know, Carson's at the mercy of everyone behind him with that 4th and 5th place finish in Moto 1. He did everything he could here in the final moto. Unfortunately for the national title, it's not enough, but hey, those bragging rights of a Moto gold like that after 4th and 5th, he's got a lot to build on in the coming 2019 or 2018 season.
He totally gets it. He totally understands that, Rodney. You know, and everything you said is 100% correct. And what they're going to do is they are going to take that. They are going to build at it. They know where they stand. And, you know, Carson Mumford, all things considered, probably going to leave out of here with a Moto Gold. And, you know, when you take a look at a 4.51, not a lot more he could have done under the circumstances and situations of the other riders around him.
Exactly. And right now he's doing everything that he needs to do to be a winner. We have, 2 lap board is out. I think we'll be seeing a white flag come out here pretty soon, or maybe just the opposite. It may be the white flag is out, but we are 2 lap board card is out. Thanks, Adam. And Mumford, Parker Earl, Styles Robertson are your Moto medal riders right now. They look to be the riders in those positions. Ty Masterpool has pulled to within 6.5 seconds now of Styles Robertson, but again, I almost have to think that time will run out before Masterpool is able to land on the podium for this final moto. And again, he doesn't have to do that in order to win that championship, as it already is done. So, you know, and whether or not he knows that, whether or not he realizes that, I'm not sure. Whether or not he cares, I'm pretty doggone sure he does do that. And
yeah, for sure, man. For sure. But, you know, you take a look at these guys, Mumford, Earl, Robertson, Masterpool, Schwartz, all these guys, you know, Jarrett Fry, bless his heart, down there in that number 11 spot. You know, all of these guys absolutely can win.
Did Masterful maybe get a big break there with Robertson into some lap traffic? It almost looks like he is pulling up on the rear wheel of the 59 machine as we go into the closing moments of this race. The white flag is out. Here's the way it looks. Mumford in with 9 now. As we look back to the second place position, it is Parker, Earl, Stiles, Robertson, and 0.8 of a second behind. He did a 2:02 lap time that last time around. Robertson in that lap traffic. He sees the gap closed up. And, hey, you know, explanation point on this one for the 95 machine. He's going to get that Moto medal, a 2:23. And that'll be what he's looking for. If he can get around the 59 machine of Stiles Robertson, he doesn't have to. But, man, there's blood in the water right now.
Hey,
He's
let
hungry.
me tell you what, buddy. Shark Week just ended, but I think somebody smells blood down here at the ranch.
I think you're absolutely right. As Ty Masterpool is looking for that final podium position away from the 59 machine through the Cometic Gaskets bold turn into the GoPro 10 Commandments. The hard drive back towards Storyland where we may have one to tell at the end of this one as we roll in. Only a couple of bike links separating these third and fourth place riders now.
Oh, look at this.
That was Robertson going by lap traffic, and now Masterpool by the lap traffic.
Holy cow.
Wow, only a bike length behind as they head into the Suzuki Waterworks section of this racetrack, heading for the Rocky Mountain Rollers now. Masterpool one side of the racetrack to the other, from the outside to the inside. He's looking for that line that will loft him into that final podium spot here in this final moto.
Going to go wide, Rodney. Going to try to keep that momentum up, try to make something happen. You know, a lot of action right here in this turn leading up to the Rocky Mountain every lap. Here they come.
Checkers will be flying for your leader, Carson.
Oh! Is that lap rider?
That is a lap rider. Fortunately for our leaders, I know that someone saw them go down, and that was a big pill to swallow there for just a moment, wondering who that was. But Carson Mumford does it. Mumford wins Moto 3 here at Loretta Lynn's in the Supermini 1, 12 to 15-year-old. A 4.51 will post him up, at least at the moment, for a second place overall position as Parker Earl checks in the number 2 spot aboard the 26. And as far as that third place position, Ty Masterpool sticks it in, makes it last. He'll take the Moto bronze here. He'll go 2-2-3, and Ty Masterpool is your Supermini 1, 12 to 15 Rocky Mountain ATVMC Amateur National Motocross Champion.
Wow. About all I can say about that one. Just like everything this morning, man. An absolutely amazing race, and you know, could have went several ways, Rodney. There were several stories before the gate ever dropped, and holy cow, coming out on top, Ty Masterpool. But as soon as we mentioned his name, Carson Mumford, you know, the first thing that came out of my mouth, well, that guy's known to charge. That guy's known to play with heart. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of people in the crowd feel that way as well. A lot of people have raced against him, and a lot of the other parents and stuff. You know, a lot of the sponsors, they recognize how hard that guy rides. So congratulations to him.
Rocky Mountain ATVMC leaderboard, your unofficial top 10 after Moto 3 is Mumford, Earl, Masterpool 1, 2, and 3, Robertson in 4th. Your Moto medals will be Mumford with a gold, Earl with silver, Masterpool will get bronze. We see Stiles Robertson finishing 4th, Dylan Swartz in 5th, Brandon Walther in 6th, Nate Thrasher in 7th, Preston Kilroy holds on for 8th, Jarrett Fry in 9th, and Jack Rogers rounds out your top 10. As far as the overall top 10 are concerned in the Supermini 1, 12 to 15-year-old class, Masterpool's 2-2-3 will score 7 at the championship. Dylan Swartz, a 3-1-5, will score 9 for 2nd. Carson Mumford, a 4-5-1. He won the Moto, but Swartz did just good enough there to sneak into a 2nd place overall position. So Mumford drops the 3rd overall. Robertson will get 4th overall. Jarrett Fry, who was in contention for the championship as well, will finish 5th overall. But your champion once again, Ty Masterpool, your Moto winner, Carson Mumford. We head down to the podium where our good friend Kevin Kelly is standing by to talk these guys through these next pages of history. Down at the Race Tech podium, we see that 22 Amsoil Factory Connection Honda there as Mumford took that whole shot and the Moto win. Almost a wire-to-wire deal for that young rider, and the glimpses of greatness that we saw earlier in the week have certainly been solidified here today on a Saturday in this final championship moto. We'll be down to congratulate him here in just a few moments. We'll also be looking next to the 450C class. Following that, 65cc 7 to 9 limited, which will be another great battle, and the 10 and 11 battle. We got the Daxton Bennett, Casey Cochran, and Hayden Deegan battle that's coming here in race 20 in that 65 10 to 11. Bennett will be coming into that class with a 1-1. Casey Cochran a 2-2, and Hayden Deegan with a 3-3. And the way that we've seen these third and final motos so far here in 2017, it is still up for grabs as anybody could win. 450C getting ready to take off on their sight lap. Kevin Kelly again, I believe, down on the Race Tech podium. We'll throw it down to them. Hey, while we got this moment, I want to take a chance to wish a happy birthday to Andy Adams. He is from the Fit and Wise folks. He's one of the medics. He is celebrating his 40th birthday. So if you see Andy Adams, tell him happy birthday. One of our great medics here at Loretta Lynn's this week.
All right, come on around here. We're going to say hello and hand you that medal. Second place goes to Parker Earl. Man, Parker Earl gets second place, but quite possibly the largest cheering section here this week. Parker, great job. I think 7.72 moto scores. You finally get on the box. How's it feel?
It's great. It's been a long week. Had a lot of struggles, just me and bike issues, and it's just good to finally get up here.
Sorted out those demons, went down to the creek, got your mind right, and here you are on the box. Who would you like to thank, Parker?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, first of all. They've gone through a lot this year for me. Atlas Racing for giving me the awesome bike. Slackaware for hooking me up with some sweet clothes. Club MX for the amazing training they've gave me these past 2 years. It's been great. Fuel Clothing, Mike Staccato, my sister, Vortex, and everyone else forgot. Oh, TZR Engines.
Great job. Let's hear it. Welcome to the podium, Mr. Parker Earl. Parker Earl will finish up second in the moto. Great job, Parker. Now we're going to welcome up your moto winner, the number 122. Come on up here, Carson Mumford. Grab that whole shot check there, Carson, and throw it up nice and high. Smile for that man right there. It is picture day at school for Carson Mumford. Carson, grab this guy right here. A gold medal for you, man. You got a little better each time we drop the gate. How does it feel to finally get up here and get yourself a moto win? This is where you feel like you should be.
Yeah, I should have been here at the start of the week, but you know, I couldn't really get going. It felt like I was struggling with whatever, either the first laps or the last couple laps, but finally getting it figured out, and just pumped. I have a great team behind me to stick with me through the good and the bad, and we're up here now and got a gold medal for the last moto of my week, so super pumped to end on a good note, and pumped to get home and start training for Monster Cup. Hopefully we can get some more gold there.
Great job. I know you want to thank a lot of folks. A lot of people have been behind you the whole year. Talk about it.
Yeah, Amsoil Factory Connection Honda, my mom, my dad, my mechanic Christian, my trainer Randy Lawrence, Alias, Alpine Star, Leah, X Dubai, 60, Traxxas, Factory Connection, Ziggy is down there. Go get your suspension done. Kibby, thanks for all your help on the motors, and everybody else I forgot. Thank you guys.
Put your hands together for your moto winner, the number 22, Carson Mumford. Got the Bell helmets, whole shot, got a moto win. Makes that drive back home so much sweeter. Great job, Mr. Carson Mumford. And now we'll wheel this machine off here, and then we'll roll up the number 95 of Ty Masterpool. And the TM still stands strong, even after a full moto of burnout. How about it for your champ, number 95, Ty Masterpool. Hey, great job out there. You earned yourself that, a big shield, and then we're going to grab the Moto medal. So you were all over the place collecting hardware. And last but not least, we're going to bring up the AMAs. Kip Bigelow with your number 1 plate, the second on the week. Hold it up high. Let's hear it. Ty Masterpool. Ty, you sure know how to do it in dramatic fashion. You don't just go out there and win, win, win. You just make us all sit here on pins and needles wondering what's going to go down. Take me through your moto. Again, you're having to do math out there.
Yeah, I got off. Got all right jump, but I just got pinched in the first corner. I think by the third corner, there was only like 2 guys behind me. I was in dead last and tried riding my own race and was just working through the pack and was just charging hard as I can. And I came into a corner, made a small mistake, but just got back up and charged through the race.
Wow. Each of your championship motos, you have crashed in those motos, had off-track altercations, and still you're on top of the box.
Yeah, very thankful.
Awesome work, man. I know you got a ton of people you would certainly like to thank. Let's hear it.
I'd like to thank God for just being with all of us, no matter what place I get, and just he's helping out a lot. My mom, dad, my brother Jake, our mechanics, just can't thank them enough. My fitness coach, Jim, just everybody, Fox Racing, Ortema, HP Racing, and all those guys, Merge, and Race Right Andy, helping out a lot, and Dunlop.
Let's hear it. Smile for the cameras. Ty Masterpool, 2-time champ this year. Fantastic ride for Ty. Slugged it out the entire race, got himself another one. And we'll toss it back up to